Hello students, welcome back for your online classes for English language. Today the topic which we are going to discuss, it's all about your modal verbs. You might have heard about modal auxiliary verbs also. But before knowing what do you mean by modals or modal auxiliary verbs, let us just revise back what do you mean by verbs. There are two types of verbs if we are going to segregate accordingly. The main verbs, those who can stand alone to describe an action. You have already heard about like speed, speak, eat, sit. It itself can give you the whole action, the meaning. But when we talk about the auxiliary verbs or the modal verbs, these are actually work always as a helping verbs. So let us just discuss and go forward. First of all, main verbs. Words that actually shows the action or activity of subject. You are already aware what do you mean by verb. Verb is actually a word which shows you an action, and to perform that action there is always a need of energy. So wherever you find a word which represents some action, that becomes your verb. When we talk about main verbs, the most important quality of main verb is that they can stand alone. Examples like read, sleep, eat, run. Hope it is understood to you. Now let's move forward with some examples of main verbs only. If we can just simply read the sentence, sun shines. With the help of shines word only, you can easily understand that what is this sun like trying to show us. It shines. Shines means to get brighter. Bus stops. It simply means that bus is supposed to be stopped. Car runs. It simply performs an action. That what is the car doing? Car runs actually. So hope with the help of main word from your verb, you get the proper meaning of your sentence, and that is the reason these words, verb words, calls as your main verbs. So hope it is clear to you. Now when we talk about your auxiliary verbs, it can be called as like modals, modal verbs, or auxiliary verbs also. They gives more meaning to the main verb. It may simply means that it is the helping verbs to give you the more clarification to meaning to your sentence. They cannot stand alone. They always need an additional word with that, and that word becomes our verb. Some examples, like when we talk about with the main verbs, like the helping verbs which will come, these are is, has, do, did, is in the present, and are, am. This is like that. They are the helping verbs for them. And when we talk about the modal auxiliaries for you, some of the examples is like will, shall, may, can, could, might, must. These are the examples for to correlate what do you mean by modal auxiliary verbs. So hope this much is already clear to you. When you check the modal auxiliary verb sentences, see in these three sentences you will find the modal auxiliary verbs are present in the sentence like may, will, and must. But the thing which you have to take care, that just after may, stop. Stop itself a verb. Just after will, come. Come itself a verb. Must, after must, eat. Eat is a verb. So simply you can just understand that your auxiliary verbs or your modals always need the main verb to perform or to show you the full meaning of that sentence. Basically, it cannot stand alone. It needs other verbs to explain the meaning. But the difference between main verbs and the auxiliary verbs, that main verbs can stand alone, but the auxiliary verbs cannot stand alone. Now move forward for the modal verbs. Once again, we will just discuss all about your modal verbs. Let us discuss the three main points. Give more meaning to the main verb. Cannot stand alone. Modal verb always comes with the verb first form. So these are the three steps you have to remember. Then modal verbs or modal auxiliaries, helping verbs can be understood to you in a better way. Let's move forward. I have already just shared that modal verbs can be called as modals also, modal auxiliary also. Now when we talk about that why it cannot perform the full meaning. For example, if you can see, with only modal auxiliary verb, he can. But what he can, you cannot understand. With he can, there is a need of your another main verb. Then only you can understand the full meaning of this sentence. So he can swim. Now your sentence is complete. What he can do? He can swim. So your answer is clear. Can is used just to show you the more information. It always gives you more meaning by adding with your main verb. Now let us see, just read it out one more thing about modal verbs and defective verbs. These are called defective verbs also. Why? Because in most of the verbs you have seen that we usually add s, es, ies according to our subject. If our subject is singular, then we make our verb also singular by adding s, es, ies. And if our subject is plural, we make our verb plural by removing s, es, ies. That is the subject and verb agreement that I will teach you in your subject and verb agreement chapter. That won't be an issue. But I believe this all of you are already knowing that sometimes we have to add s, es, ies with the verb according to the subject. But our modal auxiliary verbs or modal verbs, we cannot add s, es, ies with them. Even we cannot change their forms. Like you are already aware that in with verbs like go, went, gone, or play, played, played, this is the form of verbs which we are using for the verb. But with modal auxiliary verbs, there is no such forms. You cannot add s, es with them. If you can see the example, play can be used as playing also, played also. But can, have you ever heard about cans or canning, canned? Never. So modal auxiliary verbs don't have any forms. You cannot use s, es after them. That is the reason it can be called as defective verbs also. Hope it is understood to you. If it is understood to you, then only we will move forward, and let us just understand all about your modal verbs. Basically, modal verbs which so far we have studied are of 13 types are present. But today we are discussing all about 10 types, which are the most important types of your modal auxiliary verbs. That is can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to. And the others are like need, need to, and one more is there which you will get in your book. So these are our modal verb. This can be used in your exams for modal auxiliary verbs. When we talk about modal auxiliary verbs, now where to use, this is the main concern of students, that how we should know that when to use may or why to use should, why to use can or when to use could. So basically modals are all about like it's always around the 5 parts. First one called certainty, second possibility, ability, permission, and the last one request or offers. With the help of modals, we can understood these points more clearly. So let us just discuss one by one. If we talk about certainty, certainty means that there is no other option. There is the condition that certainty should be there. So it's snowing, so it must be very cold outside. So it is an obvious thing that if it is snowing or if it is raining, then it must be very cold outside. There is no other perception. You cannot think for any other, you cannot say that no, it's not cold outside, because there is no such perception. If it's snowing, then it's automatically cold outside. Or if you might have just switch on your AC, so what it should be in your room, is it cold or hot? It must be very cold. Very good. So let us discuss about the second part, that is the possibility. Now when possibility words come, it simply reflects to you also that possibility is that. It means it's not sure. 50-50 chances can be understood. It might rain today. So it might not rain today also. So it might rain today. When you will use this word might? When you are not sure or confident about the sentence, whatever you are declaring. Let us talk about one more example of possibility. That can't be Ankit's coat, it's too tight. Okay, for like by reading this sentence only, you are just giving your perception, your idea or your thought about Ankit's coat, but you are showing you the possibility. Why? Because that coat looks like too tight, and you are knowing that Ankit has a sound health, so that coat cannot be like it's not Ankit's coat because it's too tight, so it can't be Ankit's coat. So can't can also come at the place of possibilities. Hope these examples will help you to understand. Let's move forward for ability. Now you can see cannot is also written here. It does not mean that you can use can only to perform possibility, not to ability. Cannot can be used in possibility also and in ability also. I can't play cricket because of my ill health. So what at the subject I wants to tell you that due to my ill health I am unable to play. So I can't play cricket. Now this is the ability. I am showing what I am able to do or what I am not able to do. I can play cricket because I am absolutely fine. So I am just showing my ability. So these words can also be used when we use the ability. Let us also talk about the permission part. Can, could, may. You are already aware about the permission modal auxiliary verbs because most of the time you use in class. May I come in, man? May I drink water? So these are the common modal auxiliary verbs, and I believe most of the time you use this either to bring a pen from your friend. May I take your pen? May I borrow your copy? Like this. So may I ask you a question? That is also your modal auxiliary. Can I switch on the television? So wherever you ask a permission, then you can use can, could or may. You may go to the dinner tonight. So someone is giving you the permission that you can go. So this is how you can understand that whenever you are seeking for the permission or you are giving the permission, you can use may, can or may. Now let's talk about requests and offers. Now requests and offers are the last part for you to understand how we will use our modal auxiliary verbs in the form of request. So whenever you are requesting for something or you're offering something, then also you can use your modal auxiliary verbs. For example, could I have some milk please? Would you like some help? So in both the sentences you can see requests are also there and offers are also there. So hope these sentences will help you to understand the work of modal auxiliary verbs. And if you will see in your book, there are plenty of examples given related to modals and modal auxiliaries. Your homework is just to read that carefully, find out the doubts or the questions wherever you have. Ask me in your Google Classroom, and we are always there to help you out. There is just 3 questions I have given to you. Think about it. Identify the modal verb and its meaning or expression. Could I leave early today, please? Children must do their homework. I can't drive. You can give me the answers in your Google Classroom also. Thank you so much for the class today.